Shabbat Shalom. This week's Torah portion, of course, is Parashat Noach. You can tell it's Parashat Noach because it's been raining all week. This week, apparently there was a lot of rain in the land of Israel, which is good news for Israel, of course, and for the crops and for agriculture. Of course, everyone, when they think about Parashat Noach, thinks about the story of the flood. It is something that we learn about as children and continue to learn about as we get older. The end of the Torah portion, however, has an episode which, while we've heard of, most people don't really connect to Parashat Noach. It is a story of Migdal Bavel, the Tower of Babel. We're told that the descendants of Noah had been told to spread out over all the earth, but instead it's sort of concentrated in one area. Instead of submitting to God and God's commandments, as few as there were at that time, had decided that they wanted to make a name for themselves, and so set forth to build a tower. We know that God punished the builders of the tower with having them each speak a different language and foiling their plans to build the tower. And there are a lot of questions about exactly what this story is about. Of course, biblical scholars will say that what this story seeks to explain is why we have people who look different and speak different languages. This is part of the proto-history, the history before the history of the Jewish people, seeking to explain questions about why the world is the way it is, that we see answered, at least in a Torahitic fashion in Parashat Breshit and now in Parashat Noach. From a homiletical standpoint, it's been pointed out that the building of the Tower of Babel, even the description of it, is very technological, and that this story is a warning to us that, yes, we should pursue technology, and it is one of the things that God gives us the mentality and the intellect to be able to do, but we have to make sure that we handle that technology in a responsible way, that we use it for appropriate purposes. Technology is, in fact, parv. It can be used for good or for evil. And apparently the builders of the Tower of Babel were not using it for the right reason and therefore were punished. And it serves as a warning to us in modern times about the ways that we can use the technology that we have at our disposal, either for good or, God forbid, for evil. This week at Beth El, the Heights Synagogue, we mark the yahrzeits of Dottie Danhauser, Raish Sobel, Joseph Weiss, Herbert Goldstone, Rose Goldstone, Barney Krasny, Harry L. Miller, Blanche Carr, William Schenkelman, Rose Rogel-Gellis, Samuel Protis, and Sarah Dolan. Shabbat Shalom.